Hi guys! So in this video I am going to show you how I did this white tip French manicure. These are about the only things you need to do the French manicure with. Now in my experience I don't do this very often because I think the French manicure is one of the hardest designs to get right because it more or less has to be perfect else it really doesn't look right. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm not saying my way is right or whether it looks perfect, but I'm quite happy with the results, so I thought I would share it with you. I will be doing quite a lot of talking in this video, so it'll probably be more of a longer video than normal, but you know, just to explain to you how I do these things rather than fast forwarding a lot. So the items I'm going to be using for this is CND Pure White. I'm using NAIO's Intense Pink Shimmer. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous nail bed powder. I'm using their Max Edition Acrylic Liquid. The brush I'm using I got from Brillbird and I'm pretty sure this is a number 14. Love this brush so much. I think it's about either 20 or 25 pounds for this brush. I'm also going to go through how you prep your nails. So I use a 8100 file. You'll need a buffer, a brush, nail cutters if you prefer, some cuticle nippers and a cuticle pusher. So today I'm going to be working on Mary because she quite kindly agreed to let me do this French manicure on her, which I thought was very kind of her. Say hello, Mary.
Hi guys!
So nice of her, isn't it? So first of all, you just need this is the way I do it. So I'm not saying again it's the right or the wrong way to do it. This is just my way of doing things. So I'd like to clean the nail plate first. So I'm getting this antibacterial cleansing spray from ASP. And then I just give the cuticles a nice wash and a clean. From there I get my cuticle pusher and really, really gently push up into the cuticle area to get rid of any nasties that are on the nail plate. Also, if you have any cuticle that is growing down the nail, you need to push that back and just clip that off as well. Then from there I get the buffer and just really gently just get the natural shine off the nails. Give that a quick going over it with the brush. And then again, I get the antibacterial spray and give it a good wipe. And that is the natural nail ready for acrylic application. So this is the nail tip I'm using on Mary. As you can see, it's really quite flat. And I'm going to show you how you can get a nice, a nice curve in your nail, even if you're using flat tips. Now with Mary being plastic, I know it's offensive, I'm so sorry Mary. These are a pain in the neck to get these on. So what I tend to do is get the rough end of this file and really rough the nail up. Like that. Then get your glue. This is a glue I use for everything. If you can get a glue where you can have a brush coming out of it, that's the best because you can control how much nail glue goes all over what you're working on. So I'll just put some glue on the tip and this takes forever to stick. So you literally just put the nail on and stay there for the next 2 or 3 minutes until the nail is stuck to the plastic bit. Okay, so now that's eventually stuck on, I'm going to get the nail clippers and just clip them down a little bit. And then just file the edges just to make sure that they are flush with the nail, and just file this area a little bit just so it blends in. Been using this protein bond by Young Nails. It is amazing. It really is excellent stuff. So all I do, I just use this. I don't use any dehydrated, I just use this protein bond. So just make sure the nail plate is nice and clean, all free of dust, and then I get 2 coats of this and put it on. So I let this one dry and then I put another one on. So in my opinion, this is my opinion, to get a nice smile line, I always like to do the reverse technique. That means doing the nail bed first and then doing the nail tip after. That is my opinion. So I'm going to get the intense pink shimmer, put that on the nail bed and make it quite thick here, just because the nail is so straight, just to give it a bit of definition. Look how beautiful that is. I love this nail bed, it is beautiful. So this is how I pick up my balls of acrylic. When you first use your brush, you need to get the bubbles out, so just press your brush at the bottom of the dapping dish and wipe your brush off. Then I get some more liquid and I pull the brush up the side of the dapping dish, and then literally just gently right on top of the acrylic I go 1, 2, 3. Knock it off with my fingernail. That is a little bit too dry because you can still see dry bits at the bottom here. And then that's what you're looking for. There's no dry bits on that ball of acrylic, it's just nice and wet and it's not dripping off. So that is a nice consistency to use. So I start at the bottom. I like to have quite a long nail bed, so I will do the nail bed round to about there, and you need to do a really nice smile line, so you want to come up each side like that. Then I'll do another ball in the middle, then I'll do one for the top. So I start at the bottom of the smile line and then just push the acrylic up the sides of the nail. And then just feather it out. And then come back down and make a nice smile line, however you want yours. And the best thing about the NAIO Max Edition is that it doesn't dry very quick, so you've got plenty of time to perfect your smile line. So next I'm going to do the middle part of the nail. Just push the acrylic from side to side. You don't need to do any heavy-handed business. It's just nice and gentle. And then one at the top. Again, nice gentle movements. And feather it down. So always look at how your nail is forming. As you can see round about here, there's a little dent in it, so you just go back and put some more acrylic on. Again, just gently move it around the fingernail, feather it down, turn your brush around and then feather it back up. You must avoid the side of the nails at all times, and you need to leave a gap where the cuticle area is there. If you haven't, just get your brush and make sure to leave just a slight little gap between the nail and your cuticle area. Okay, so for this next part you must make sure that it's dry, which it is, because what you're looking for is a ledge on the nail like that, a nice one, not just straight flat on the nail, you need it coming up slightly. because what we're going to do now is, if you got any imperfections around the smile line, you can file them out. So you can make sure then that it's even both sides, so that when you put your white on, it's nice and even both sides. So how I apply the white: get your brush, bring it up the side of the dapping dish, and I don't do 3 on this one, I just do it twice, just to get a nice ball of acrylic like that. Again, you don't want it slopping all over the place because you'll have no control over it. You want a nice round ball like that. So now to add the white, you can go as slow as you need to with this. You know, white can be a bit of a pain to use. So what I generally do is go around the smile line first, just place the ball on the nail, and then just push it around the smile line. Again, with you having a higher smile line, it's easier to put the white on. Again, nice gentle strokes. And then get your brush, and if you've just made a slight mistake, just take your brush and go around the smile line so it lines up. And then I get a ball and put it on the bottom of the nail. Just pat it from side to side. Turn your brush over and just feather it up. And then just keep repeating the process of how much white you want on your nail. So some people don't put clear over the top, but I still like to put clear over the top because it just gives it a little bit more strength. So I'm just going to wait for this white to dry. So now I'm going to get NAIO's clear and encapsulate the nail. So with the clear, I put the brush in the dapping dish, just bring it up the side of the dish, and then again with this I do 3. 1, 2, 3. Tap it off. I know that's not quite a ball. Let's try that again then. That's better. So you get a nice ball of acrylic with no white bits in it. That means it's not too dry. Again, it's not slopping all over the place, so it doesn't slip all over the nail. It's just a really nice consistency. So I'll do that again for you. In the dapping dish, up the side of the bowl, and just put that much of the brush in. Don't put all of the brush, just put that much in. You don't need all of the brush in the powder. So it's 1, 2, 3, tap the excess off, and there's a really nice ball of acrylic. So with that method I've just shown you, I'm going to be starting at the bottom of the nail and feathering it up. Then I go to the middle, feather it down, feather it up, and then at the top and feather it down. And then if you need any more on the stress area, which is where the false nail is glued onto your natural nail, just put a bit more over there for just some extra strength. Try and make sure to keep your sides nice and neat, because that is all less filing that we have to do after. Now you don't have to do your nail bed in the clear, it just, in my opinion, makes everything look nice and flush. Again, if you get any near the cuticle area, just get your brush and just get it off. And that's it for the acrylic application. So after you've finished with your brush, what I tend to do, I don't get any special things to clean my brush off with. I just get what extra acrylic is in the dapping dish, and I just press my brush down in there and give it a nice wipe on the kitchen towel, and I do that 3 times. And then the last time I shape it back into the point like that, and then my brush has got a lid to it, and then really carefully just put the lid back on, and then that's clean enough to use the next time. So now comes the filing again. So I'm using the 80 grit of this because that is really coarse. Just be really careful when you're doing somebody else's nails because you can cut the skin around there if you're not careful. Line the sides up. And then pull a fingernail off as you do. It's not going to stop on now. Come on, Mary, work with me. And then do the bottom of the nail, and to keep that nice shape there, put the nail on an angle to the file like that, and then file straight up. The underneath will be sharp, so just lightly just give that a nice file. And then after that's done, I'm going to go on to the electric file. Okay, so with the electric file, I'm going to go around the cuticle area really slow, and then I'm going to speed it up to do the rest of the nail. Buffer and just go over, and this is just to get rid of any scratch marks that are on the nail. Next I'm going to get the cleansing spray and just give it a good wipe, make sure there's no dust on it. The last thing to do before we put cuticle oil on is put some Mega Gloss Sealer Gel on from NAIO. Cure under the LED lamp for 60 seconds and then wipe the tacky layer off. So this is NAIO's gel residue wipe off. I'm just going to put a little bit of this onto a lint-free wipe and just get off the tacky layer. So lastly, I just put some Manicure oil on around the cuticle. Okay guys, hope I sort of explained to you in an easy way how to do a French tip. It really isn't easy because you do have to try and get it spot on to get a nice outcome. But yeah, I tried my best at explaining you know, in sort of layman's terms and not like these big companies who say big words which I don't even understand. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions please ask below. Any other information will be in the description box, as well as the link to NAIO's site where you can purchase all of these items, including the white now, because they have got a mega white available for sale. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.